Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, as you guys can see from the title, we are reviewing, swatching, and sharing a demo with the new Silhouette Boutique Caramel eyeshadow palette. This palette was sent to me in PR, but I did want to take the time to share it with you guys because I think I kind of like it a lot. It is a fall palette, so I will get into the details, cost, everything you're getting, my thoughts on it, who would I recommend this to. So if you are interested in this palette, I would suggest you stay tuned. But first, if you are new to my channel, welcome to the family. I am an eyeshadow enthusiast. Anything eyeshadows is my love and what you will find on this channel. If that is something that appeals to you, I would recommend to subscribe and join the family of eyeshadow enthusiasts. So let's get right on to the review. So today we're going to talk about the Caramel Palette, however you like to say it. This is from Silhouette Boutique. This is an indie brand. I have tried them in the past. They did send this to me, so I wanted to come on here and tell you guys my thoughts on this palette. This is a palette that is available as a collection. They did come out with two highlighters as well, but we're going to talk about the palette today. The palette retails for $30. It is currently on sale for $25 on their website, as well as the highlighters are also on sale. This palette is definitely a fall vibe. As you guys can see from the shades here, it is a fall vibe palette. You get 12 shades, 4 are fully matte, and then the rest are all metallic-y, shimmery, glistening type of shades. There is no glitter in here. These are not satins. These are in your face, but you can sheer them out to make them more wearable if that's the case. They have a nice variety of shades in here as far as the shimmery shades. It's not really warm tone. It's more of a cooler tone palette in my opinion. You get like this one right here that's a little bit more warmer, and then this one right here. As you guys can see from this actual palette, the names are based off of sweets. So you have cafe, vanilla, creme brulee, ganache, tart, fudge, toffee. So you guys get it. It's that sweetness to it. It's so much fun. I really like this palette. The quality of it is awesome, you guys. Very awesome. It's a soft, creamy, silky type of formula. It is not chalky. It's not drying, but it's not super pigmented where you can't make it work. Whenever I think of palettes, I categorize them into 3 categories. As far as their formula goes, I either have them as a beginner palette, an intermediate palette, or an expert palette. This one, if I were to use my categories, this would be an intermediate palette. This is not something where it's hard to use, but it's not something where it's the easiest thing either. It depends on your preference and what you're used to, but there's nothing wrong with this palette at all. The quality is awesome in this one. I really did like it. It lasted on my eyes. It did not fade like a Morphe or a drugstore palette would normally. This one in particular, as you guys can see, you have only 4 mattes in them. My thing is, the only thing I would change out of this palette is I would get rid of one of these shimmery shades and add one more in between shade of these two. Because every time I would use this palette, I always felt like I was either going to get a grayish purple crease or a pink crease. I was hoping for something like maybe, I know, a poop brown color in between, just to make it where I can use it with anything or have 3 different styles of looks. If I were to choose, I would actually get rid of one of these two because these are actually in the same color family, but that's just my opinion, my way, but there's nothing wrong with it other than that, and that's just my personal preference. Not saying that is a terrible palette that you are not going to get the quality that you do get. No, that's not it at all. It's so pretty. It is perfect for the fall transitioning. I can still use it in the summers, you guys can see with the look that I have, or I can make it more fall-esque, and it's so beautiful. It's a fall palette, but not having a bunch of orange or greens or browns like you typically would with a fall palette. Fall, I feel like it's more rich, warmer shades, and this is leaning more towards the cooler shades. So you probably already seen swatches of them. They swatch like a dream. That black, it is amazing. I went like this. I gently grazed over the shadow to swatch it, and it stained my arm. That black is no joke. It really is a jet black. Now for the look that I did today, I will walk you through it and show you the demo. I first started out with the color Leche. This is a purpley grayish tone, and I do appreciate that because you guys know I'm not a fan of all grays, but this one had a purple undertone, blended beautifully, and it didn't need a lot of building. Then I went in with Chocolat, that's how I would say it. That is your dark matte brown. I went in the outer V, and then I brought it into my crease to kind of warm everything up, blend everything together. Then I went ahead and used Vanilla, With vanilla, you will see I only dipped once into the shadow, and that was enough for both of my lids. Granted, I do have bigger space up there, so I did have to go in with a brush to kind of get the edges of it, blend it out a little bit. And then for the lower lash line, I use Leche en Chocolat for the lower lash line of mine. And that's the look I came out with today. I have come out with a variety of looks with this palette, and I can't say that one looked similar to another as far as the lid shades. They're all very different from one another. Even the purples here, this one's more cooler toned and this one's more of a plummy brown versus this one's more of a lavender shade. And then you get this one that I'm wearing on my eyes. It looks gold, but it has a hint of green to it. So I do appreciate the little elements of surprise that this palette has. Now, who would I recommend this to? If you are someone that wants a fall palette but don't want to have their typical warm tone shades, this might be something for you. I really do like that. I think that's what drew me into this palette, is the fact that it's a beautiful fall. It's more fall-esque than anything, but you can still get away with using it all year round. But it's more of a fall-esque type of palette, and it's not warm tones, and it still looks stunning even in the summer, and I'm pretty sure in the winter with even the color shirt that I have on today, it will look really, really pretty in the fall. If you are a fan of color but don't want to have super bright, bold neon shades, this might be something for you because you're still getting color. It's still going to stand out on your eyes, but it's not going to look too bright and too non-wearable. And you know, I use the word wearable loosely because wearable means different to everyone. I actually would recommend this palette for a beginner, somebody who wants to dip their toes into color but wants deeper, sultry type of colors. This might be something for you. There isn't much wrong with this palette that I can point out besides maybe having that transition shade. If you like a mirror, this does not come with a mirror. It is lightweight, it is magnetic. You get 12 shades in here. It's good quality. I think that this brand is a very good quality as far as their eyeshadow. That's all that I've ever tried. I've tried their singles and now I've tried a palette from them, and both ways I love them both. There's nothing really wrong with the quality of them. I definitely recommend them. I would be one to package this and gift it to someone, and I would feel comfortable and confident knowing that they would enjoy it however they like to do their makeup. So that's it, guys. That is my wrap up. If you want to continue hearing me about eyeshadows, I would click onto this video. It's probably another review of another eyeshadow. I will check you guys out in that video. Until then, bye guys.